Welcome. Are you facing a financial struggle right now? Or does it feel like there's something clogging up your financial flow? Like something's clogging up your money? Now, this is something that I've dealt with in my own life. A lot of fear programs around money were programmed into me as a young child. Like, I think that's just how a lot of people were, right? Like, that's how it was back then, is that you gotta watch your money, you gotta watch your finances. So today, let's talk about that money and how that programming affects you today, especially in the day and age when it's like $50 to get two or three items in a bag at the grocery store. It's taken in my own journey so much to get past these blocks and programs around money. And now more than ever in the collective, I think we're seeing more issues around money. Old systems are breaking down and inflation is going up. People are losing their jobs. Funding for certain things from the government is getting cut off, and it feels like time is just speeding up, right? And like you can't keep up with that flow. Do you feel that? Let me know in the comments. Is that something that you have noticed in your life experience? Like, let's start a conversation around this. I had a lot of energy in my root chakra at one point in my life, and there's still layers to this where it felt really, really clogged up. And this might be TMI, but back at that time in my life when it was really clogged, because like I have come so far with clearing these programs in my own life and my own energy field. But back then at that time, like I was really constipated physically. So truly that inner reality or is like a exactly what you're going to have in your hologram physically. That energetic situation going inward is reflected as an outer manifestation or reflection of whatever constipation is in your energy field as well. That's going to manifest into your external. So if you're struggling right now, you probably have a lot of fears coming up. And so let's talk about that. With these fears, how do you manage the fear of money and the financial looming responsibility that you might be feeling the weight of right now? Let's put that fear to sleep, as fear is either dormant or it's activated, and you can't pull it out of you if it's dormant. And your guides know when you are ready for a financial upgrade or like the next level. And I know you can't really put these things in like black or white or linear or right or wrong ways, but kind of like when you feel energy opening up and you feel like you're going to a whole new experience, like it's exciting, but also at that time, a lot of times the guides will give you a major challenge because it's bringing that energy up so you can clear it. So, usually, right about the time you're about to upgrade, your guides are going to send you a huge challenge or a stifling fear energy, because what's happening is you are being asked to transmute that fear that's coming up. The fear is just a program that you got unconsciously at some point in your life, or sometimes it comes through ancestral lines, or it was wedged into your energy field in a past lifetime, even. I have many clients who have removed major cloggage, if you want to call it that, energetically from past life experiences. And a ton of cathartic emotional release has come up through those sessions. These programs are not even yours. Like all of these fear programs that come up for you around money, it's not even your fault. It's not even yours. They were, you picked them up at some point. Your soul picked those up. They were programs that you hit the subscribe button on. And now it's time to click the unsubscribe button. At some point earlier in life, that's all you knew. So it's not anything to beat yourself up about or be like, why am I not further here? So have love for yourself. That's a huge part of healing this is self-love. So all of these energy patterns get activated because you have the choice. Are you ready to expand more and transcend that energy, transcend that fear? Or do you just want to recoil back to that old frequency that you've been on a million times? That choice gets presented to you during these times that it feels like money is tight or it feels that you can't afford to do something nice for yourself or someone you love. These fears come up to be transcended so you can be more expansive than that and let those through your system and out. So I want to talk about a practical tool to partake in your healing process of anything that is keeping your root chakra or anywhere in your lower chakras blocked around money. And you will be able to tell what energy patterns that you are going to be working with by when you go to spend money or you think about the need to spend money on something, you feel yourself contracting like you just feel sick, like you're punched in the gut. Really feel into that energy instead of pushing it back down or trying to resist it or not want it to be there. Feel into that, go even deeper into that, into your own body. And especially the lower two chakras. I've noticed this with a lot of wonderful clients lately. And I have done so much of my own work around those chakras and this money issue, like a money block, a fear block. And yeah, it runs deep. There's so many layers to this crap, and there's so many years, and it's almost just like an automatic response, but it's absolutely healable. I have gone through so many layers and opened so much up just by being willing to feel that. I've removed massive amounts of it, but I know that there are still more and more of these layers because there's more layers of blessings once you transcend those. I have helped a lot of clients break down those blockages, and it's amazing how much the inner world is so directly projecting into your external environment. Everything is a reflection of that. Anything in your hologram, money, health, whatever it is, this stuff is so important to clear those layers of blockages. You can also know that these programs will come up with everyday situations in your own life. When you go to the store and you're about to spend money, or you really want that pair of shoes, but you deny it to yourself and say you can't afford it. and you're like, oh no, I just can't do that right now. Or you need something for your own physical well-being or food or something like that, but you contract about buying it and you don't do it. So not only now you're not getting what you need or what would enrich your life, because like we came here to have experiences and to spend money, to spend currency, that's why it's called a current. It's currency, it's always moving, but also you're passing up that opportunity to clear that old fear program. And there's a whole lot of that right now being brought up. Yes, a lot of these are being activated right now. For so long, I was stuck in these cycles before I realized that, and I would bypass opportunities and just keep stuffing it down and stuffing it down. That fear program is trying to literally exit your energy field and make its way out of you, out of your energy field and purge itself. But when you contract and you give in to that fear, then and you deny yourself whatever it is, the shoes or the thing you need at the grocery store, you're literally pushing that energy back down. You're not letting that energy pattern fully complete through like it wants to do. Take $10 and go buy a little thing for someone that you really love or you appreciate, or give a $10 coffee gift card to somebody, whatever it is. And the reason for doing that is to feel that contraction that comes up and let yourself fully feel it, let it fully move through your system and buy it anyway, spend the money anyway. And there can be a ton of intention in a small amount of money. So the money doesn't matter, the amount as much, right? Like it's the act of, it's you going into action instead of contraction. That is that energy pattern. So look at this as your own self healing session. Look at this as a chance to purge that energy once and for all so you can move to the next level. And then the next one might come in, and then you can do the same thing for that. And it's a spiral. So, do you notice where in your own life is this fear coming up? That's the fear trying to exit your body. Whenever it comes up, it's coming up because it wants to leave. In an unhealed state, that sends you into the fight or flight freeze mode. You become completely overwhelmed. Your body becomes overwhelmed by it, but you can literally unsubscribe from these fear programs every single time. And you do that by separating the energy with the story and the thoughts, the story that the mind creates and attaches to that. It's the same energy that things attach to over and over again, different stories attached to it. That's why that resistance follows you everywhere you go around money. You're pinching yourself off when you are actually needing to open up more. And you need to create that channel or that pathway for that energy to move through you. That pathway has to be opened big enough and wide enough by you leaning back and letting that energy through so it can come out of you. But every time that you resist that or you clamp down or you deny yourself, you're contracting that pathway that you want to open up, like that very fear overcoming it is going to give you the things that you need. Set the intentions before you spend the money, any money, that you're grateful for expressing that out in that way. That is setting the intention. Then you're taking action. You're literally moving that energy out of your system. Fear roots in the root chakra and it needs action, it needs movement and energy to move out of it. Why do you think I go on like 8 walks a day? So, meditating and tapping and all of those things that you think might help, or affirmations, you can do all that till you're blue in the face. But until you take action of creating that pathway for that fear energy to move out of there, it's not going to do any good. You're just going to stay stagnant. So I'm sure a lot of examples are starting to come to your mind right now in your own life, and that's great. You can allow this energy to move through you. The universe has got you. Let it move through and out of you and just soothe yourself and love yourself through all of this. And I know it's intense, but you're not alone. Send that energy back to the universe to be recycled back into unconditional love. You're here on the planet for a reason right now. That energy needs you to be proactive in letting it out. And it's like you're holding that energy hostage every time you say no and give in to the fear. It's going to be okay. You are so taken care of. You are so loved. All you need to heal is that awareness and that love. And as you're observing what's happening and you're not bringing judgment to it, you're just the observer of it. You're boosting that energy program up to a higher frequency, to a higher level of consciousness. That light is going to activate all of those past versions of yourself on different timelines that were scared. That light is going to shine into the shadow of all of those past versions of yourself. And it's going to scare all of those past versions. So you're here to nurture that in that moment when that contraction comes up. Send love to all of those past versions of yourself. Go back in time to all of those moments and love yourself more. Let that energy through and out, feel, observe. Send love to that scared part of you, to those scared inner children, the inner child. As you keep growing and you keep getting activated, all of these activations are literally light programs that are flooding your DNA, and it's literally flushing out all of those dark impurities out of your system. You're not only clearing this out for yourself, but you're clearing this out for everyone in your vicinity, the entire collective consciousness. You are so powerful as a being. You are a grid keeper, a sacred grid keeper of, you hold so many quantum realities in any given moment. And I want you to understand like how powerful that is. that fear will tell you, oh no, you can't afford this, you can't do this or that. But as you grow, you have to look at so many of these things just dead center in the eye and face it. There's no way around that, really. That's why I get so irritated with surface level healing and surface level stuff because if you don't face the shadows, you literally have to face every last one of those shadows in order to heal. And yes, it's a process that unfolds for so long, but you have to be willing to face it and meet it every single time if you actually want to heal. Do you or don't you, right? And I'm so proud of you because if you're watching this far, you are one of those that literally is willing to face the shadows. You're not afraid anymore. You're clearing these out not only for yourself, but you're holding space for your entire ancestral line of all of these programs to be cleared, to be disconnected from all of these lower timelines, and give appreciation to yourself that you have this power and you can do it with this energy. Literally, your soul had a contract agreement coming into this earth plane to be on earth at this weird, strange time to be alive on the planet, to be a multidimensional being. You came here to allow that energy to come out and express itself, but you have to take action as that is what you're going to do to actually face these programs right in the eye and say, I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm gonna spend the money. I'm worthy of that, despite that I have four bills that need to be paid or seeing a dilemma with money. Once you make it to the next level, so to speak, and you burn through all of those layers, and you're no longer governed or owned by the fears, then you can literally attract money on command just for being who you are. I fully believe in you, fully. I mean that. And I share all of this with you because I totally have dealt with these things for years. And I've learned a lot along the way. I've healed a ton along the way. And I've had so many fear programs that just used to dominate me. So I know how it is. And I totally get it because I have always been that type of person that I always am going to want to push the limit or go as far as what's possible. Like people playing it safe, that bores me. So I've had to let go of so many fears that were programmed into me because of that. And if you're like this as well, I've found that because you have that desire to grow, that your soul has, it really gives you more and more to work with and more to transcend as you are at that capacity now. I like to think of it as a wonderful teacher of mine always instilled into me that always remember you're a light keeper of generations, not just yourself, not just this lifetime. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you're struggling with money right now, don't give up, lean back, let that energy pass through, surrender to win, surrender, but don't give up. Even if you can only spare a couple of dollars to spend fearlessly with intention to spend that fearlessly, you can literally transcend these programs quite quickly and open up. And then you begin to allow more of a flow of abundance coming in. Let me know what your thoughts and experiences have been. And let's make a conversation about this in the comments. We're all in this thing together. And it's a strange time on our planet. It's a weird time to be alive, I know. Trust me, I know. I feel it too. I'm right there with you. And I hope lots of love is yours, my friend, and we'll talk soon.